Our top story. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un on Saturday met with top ruling party officials to discuss core issues including national defense. And all this comes before the regime's unilateral deadline that it set for the United States to resume their denuclearization talks.
North Korean leader Kim Jong-un held a plenary session of top Workers' Party of Korea officials before the year-end deadline set by Kim for the U.S. to change its stance on stealth denuclearization talks. According to Pyongyang state news outlet, the Korean Central News Agency on Sunday, the fifth plenary session convened by and presided over by Kim was held on Saturday to discuss important issues regarding the building of the state and national defense. In a statement, the agency reported that the immediate orientation of the struggle of the WPK and the state and important policy issues for new victory in our revolution under the present situation were brought up as agendas of the plenary meeting.
We begin with breaking news out of Louisiana, where a small plane has crashed. Our CBS affiliate there, KLFLY, reports there are 5 fatalities at the scene. Now, the sheriff office has confirmed a plane went down near the post office in Lafayette Parish. Eyewitnesses tell KLFY they heard sounds from above that sounded like a semi-truck. Lights are reported to have gone out at businesses and homes near the crash site. A local resident reported seeing the plane flying low with smoke coming from it before hearing what was described as a massive explosion. We have teams on the scene working to get information, and we'll bring you more as we get it.
Russia says it has deployed a new hypersonic weapon, which some defense analysts say is the latest sign of a new arms race. It reportedly flies at 27 times the speed of sound and can carry a nuclear warhead. The Russians say the avant-garde weapon can make evasive turns after it's fired, making many defense systems useless because it's impossible to intercept them as they come back down to Earth. Russia says the avant-garde secures its position as a world leader in hypersonic weapons, though the US and China do say they are developing similar systems.
A woman and 2 girls have been killed in a large avalanche as they were skiing in the Italian Alps. 2 of them were identified as German. They'd been skiing at 2,400 meters on the Val Senales glacier in South Tyrol on Saturday. 3 other people were injured. One of the girls was found in a serious condition and taken by helicopter to the hospital in Trento, where she later died. The other 3 people suffered minor injuries and were transported to Murano. A spokesman for the Alpine Rescue Corps said 3 helicopters were involved in a search for any other possible victims in the Senales Valley. Another avalanche injured a man in a valley in Bolzano province. He was rescued by fellow skiers.
On our top story now, and that prisoner exchange between Ukraine and Russian separatists there in the east of the country. That swap has begun. It's the second major release since Kiev and Moscow agreed to exchange detainees in September.
What is actually going on at this point is that at the checkpoint of Mayorsk, which is near the town of Khorlivka, at the demarcation line between Ukraine and the Russian-backed separatists, they are at this point swapping the prisoners. They will have to do the identification of the people, meaning to match the person presented with the name on the list. And what we do not know at this point is exact number of people that is going to be swapped. What was agreed was all known for all known. And according to representatives of the separatists from Donetsk area, they're saying they're giving away, handing over rather 55 people and expecting from Kiev 87.
Let's follow another top story, and that is at least 7 people have died in Yemen after a blast hit a military graduation parade.
No, they didn't know exactly what people don't know what happened exactly, but so far the 5 people have been killed in this attack. The Abada itself is a battlefield between Houthis and also this internationally recognized government forces. The tension there is high, but we couldn't confirm that whether the Houthis were behind such attack. In previous occasions, the Houthis have carried out attacks on military parades, like what happened in Al-Anad. But in this time, they haven't given any information.
The Alan Kurdi rescue ship has docked in Palazzo in Sicily after Malta refused to take the migrants on board. The Sicilian capital Palermo has said it's ready to host the 32 migrants rescued by the ship from a plastic boat adrift on the Mediterranean on Friday. All of those on board have identified as Libyan nationals. Palermo's mayor, Leoluca Orlando, confirmed Sicily would accept the migrants, asking Italy and the EU to help Libyan people fleeing from civil war. Julian Polk from the German rescue organisation CI tweeted his relief that the Alan Kurdi was now in Palazzo. He called on the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte to lift the penalties for organisations like CI for docking in Italy and asked Europe to support Italy with proper arrangements.
Tropical cyclone Sarai has left 2 people dead in Fiji after battering the country with strong winds and heavy rain. Authorities say 1 person is in intensive care. More than 2,000 people have been evacuated. The storm is heading east at nearly 10 kilometers per hour toward the neighboring island nation of Tonga. Weather officials there have issued flash flood warnings.
It was just before 10 o'clock in the evening that the stabbing took place. The home of a rabbi had been serving as a synagogue on the 7th night of the Jewish festival of Hanukkah, the attack prompting a major response from emergency services. It happened in the town of Monsey, about an hour north of New York City. It is an area known for its large population of ultra-Orthodox Jews. There were dozens of people inside the house at the time of the attack. A suspect has been arrested, but he hasn't been identified by police. The New York Police Department's Counter-Terrorism Bureau said it was closely monitoring the incident. The state's Attorney General said she was deeply disturbed by what had happened, adding there was zero tolerance for acts of hatred of any kind.
Captured live on Facebook. A juvenile eastern brown lunges at snake catcher Tony Harrison's camera as he attempts to remove it from a Gold Coast property.
He didn't get you, did he? Oh, we did. Are you right?
Perks of the job, eh? I suppose half the planet know already that the eastern brown nibbled on my thumb.
After applying first aid, he was rushed to hospital and live-streamed another video from his hospital bed.
They've taken bloods, my white cells and everything else all right.
Tony Harrison's a well-known snake catcher in the Gold Coast and Brisbane area. It's not the first time he's been bitten by an eastern brown.
Last time I got bitten by an eastern brown, it was 1.5 hours later I was getting pretty cocky, and then things went south real quick. Really, really bad.